Okay. Maybe this time. Hi guys, and welcome to Amnesia Dark Descent. I had a little bit of a weird thing happen where the stream crashed. Just trying to make sure it doesn't crash again.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. Miss Daniel, in London, at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. Name is... I am Daniel.
What's happening? I don't want to do that. No, I don't wanna. Tinderbox. The sauce? Apparently so. What's this way? Oh yes, plant pot. Down here. Guess we'll never know. When grabbing objects, press that to throw it, or hold down R. I see. Very windy. I'm going through a different audio system. That's weird. Oh, I'm falling to the ground. Help me. How strange. Ah, no tinderbox. Oh, another tinderbox. I was hoping that would like just explode. Ah, another tinderbox. Tinder boxes use light candles and a source of environment. The current number of tinder boxes shown in the inventory. Hello? Anyone home? I would like to meet you. Hello? Hello? Why is that coming? Dang, hold on. Fix this before anything else happens. Do that. And that. Okay, that's plugged in. Now I have no sound. And apparently I collapsed on the floor. Just take a few steps back while I continue trying to figure out why I have no sound. Is there a reason why I have no sound? I just turn the game off again and see if that works. That to having so many issues. All I want is game like sounds. Do I have any sound? No. And that has no sound. Oh, that worked. That was loud. Okay. Was it just like a weird thing that was happening, or was I just not allowed sound? Is the game now gonna have sound? Oh, I have sound now. Oh, that's loud. That is very loud. That was almost too loud. It's not like ridiculously loud on the stream. Apparently not. Bring that slightly. But I don't want it to be too loud. That's so much issue in my life. How much of that did it actually save? Important text. Let's just pause the game. need to sort out after I've done the stream. Alright, what's down here? Oh, I need to change that from that one to the live scene. Okay, continue. Ah yes, the well-known chair. Why can't I just hear people breathing? Is that me? Am I hearing like someone breathing near me? It's down here. It's very dark. I want this. Keep the demons at bay. Hey dude. Yes. Draw you close to me. Everything's going liquefied. I want to get in here. No one will find me now. God race. Very windy in here. They don't have good like ventilation, do they? Oh, old archives. The fragrant taste of rose lingered in his mouth. Turkish delights. But just like the ones at the consulate in Constantinople. Constantinople? Yes, books! More books! Random pieces of paper, which I can't interact with. Can I not read these? Witnessing unsettling events will reduce your sanity. Going insane. Hello? Cockroaches, no. Some oil. I have a slight headache. Although my heart is good. I'm still following that. Alright, see. No notes. No diary. That's creepy noise. Is there a way for me to put this like open it and close it easily? I want that. No. I want. Yeah, it's closed off. Alright, never mind them. Those two. Hello? Well, I'm shaking. What's going on? Anything too serious? Oh, there's another one. And a broom. I am now witch. And boxes. Alright. Ah, yes.
19th of August, 1839.
I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
Why do I want to kill someone? Not much of it. Is that how I have to turn it on and off? Alright, what am I doing now? No. Go to the inner sanctum. Whatever that is. Going insane again. Just gonna take comfort in this light, don't mind me. Won't budge. Wait, gone the wrong way. Came down there and that was a dead end. That's a dead end. Here. Is there anything else in here? No. Do that right. Keep going. I see. Okay. More cockroaches. Entrance. The other children cheered him, his name voiced in steadily raising pace, urging to do it. Am I really doing this? The young boy thought, and struck his victim. Rock. And now the game crashed. Well, this live stream's going well. Also, is there a reason why it's giving me Xbox like prompts? I don't have a controller plugged in. I'm assuming it's taking up. Once you can. Oh, press F. Okay.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
It is tough and pliant. It can't be torn by hands or tools. Can it be barren? I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm not used to playing PC games. All my skills are with a controller. And more lantern fuel. Fuck. Don't you hide from me, little shit. Whoa. Okay. That's a cobweb. And down into a hole we go. It's a laboratory. Down here. Wine cellar. Locked and can't go. Will not open well. Okay. Alright. I just wanted to drink my problems away, but apparently that's laboratorium. Oh, we can open this door. He fell to the kitchen floor, tears were beginning to well in his eyes. As he received the first kiss in his stomach, kick in his stomach, Hazel reminded him in fear he would be punished. She too would be punished. And I do not like dark places, do I? Create one safe haven. That change? Not really sure. Oh, I'm so strong. You hit some evil shit.
Darkness. Closing in.
Everything's shaking. Oh, I have to read this one. Alright. Chemical relocation. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are strained by fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Oh. 4 different chemicals are needed to continue. You're right down there? I have a bottle. I'm assuming this is not how you're supposed to do this. Okay. fine. Whoa.
There should be more coop rats. Let me see. And one part aquafortis.
I mean, that's bright. Picked up chemistry pot. This is my third early alchemy experience. It's my third attempt to produce artificial verte. The former compound lacked the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are given, and the culprit binds them. Well, this time I will attempt aqua regi instead of aqua fortis, in hope it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acidic and proves impractical to put to any use except as detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially volatile to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. So what is it? I need calamine, augment, and culprit. But instead of regia, I use aqua. What is? Oh, what's this? The shaking on this area is sort of glitch of physics that only completed in game development. Game crashing happens because some issues with drivers. Non-script files go error. Okay, cool. Thanks. So, is the stuff I need down there, or do I need to go somewhere else? That's not what I expected to happen. I thought that would just open like normal. Fuck. You can probably tell why that wouldn't budge. Tabularium. I'm going to the archives. Door slammed shut behind him, and he knew he would never again see the old trailer at Berkeley Square. Another lone stall in London seemed appropriate somehow. Yep, it crashed. Okay. I'm sure this game works like a charm. Hopefully I'll be back, like, behind the door this time. No, apparently not, but okay. Hopefully this time it won't crash. Oh. It crashed again. I don't think it's even gonna fix itself. Am I just never gonna be allowed to get past this door? Is that what's gonna happen here? All I wanted is to get past the door. Got the latest version of the latest graphics card driver. I mean, I can do, but I believe I should have my latest graphics card driver. And I downloaded the game off of Steam, so I'd assume it would be up to date on Steam. I see. Is this like a common thing that happens, or does it just magically fix itself and there's not really a solid way of trying to get it to work? Let's try this again. Maybe this time. I definitely have the most up-to-date version of the game, I guess. Because I don't see anything that says to update it. Oh, we got through. Happens. There's lots of gaming so old. I'm not sure why it happens. It might have been. It might have been a script error. That is very true. I mean, that time I didn't even try clicking, I just sort of let it load. So it might be a thing of if you click, it immediately thinks the game's broken. What?
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Yeah. What's in the box? I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Is there a way to rotate stuff? Because that was what I tried to do and I accidentally threw it. Oh my god, so spooky. Yeah, I'm glad it is working now. I'm just gonna walk into the bookcase thing. Shelves. That's fine. That's perfectly normal. Oh my god, so spooky. Much spook. Hello? Anyone down here? A scroll. Interesting. More scrolls. More scrolls. Okay, that one got me a little bit.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
I'm going to assume he got out, because otherwise how am I finding his notes? Oh.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
So we were building up the castle then, I'm assuming? Unless I can pick up. Oh, it is. That's a sneaky one. Oh, the piano's being played again. Must find a new way out of this area. The door leading to the local is blocked. Okay. Oh, I see. That's what fell. Was that always there? Fragile but not breakable by hand. Where did the helmet come from?
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Man, that lantern runs out fast. Do I have to break this to read them out? Local folklore. I feel bad for breaking it. Ulstad and Brandenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Ulstad, deep within the East Persian woods. For centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbour, Castle Brandenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains dressed with the scattered lakes is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tale, but there are some motifs? Dyslexia is not going to help me with this one. That keep reappearing. Oh, is that motifs? That might be what it says. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duties got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described as horrible revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveals their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? Visit undone. Hendrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Alstrad at the start of the 16th century. He resided in a local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the promoted members of the society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate the burrow in the northwestern glades, only to discover never to be seen again. Hendrix is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Alstrad, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? These are really interesting stories. The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Bengurgt. I cannot read this. Lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby, Alstrad, and like most of noble birth. Rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Persian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage, and therefore the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring have never fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle along with the great leaders of this country. Interesting. Got some good reading. It won't open, it's locked. Their key. Does not appear to be a key. Can I push the bookshelf? Or is there like a switch to pull? There's 30% of the game that's actually real. That's kind of interesting. Is there a way to get past this? I don't know what I'm doing. I supposed to like move to do something else? Oh, too dark. Oh, I did it. Okay. Sure, we'll just set fire to everything. A key. What the fuck? A note. Regarding closing of the wine cellar, Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research log. Enough with their absent-minded handling of human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Frensburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the police. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve, whatever comes first. They can rot for all I care. Maybe I'll feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both of my problems. There's plenty of history out there, just... Okay, that's cool. Wait, this door's open now? I didn't even think about that, like I just walked through it. Can I come out that door? Hello there. Am I supposed to go this way? Or can't exactly go that way. Hello? Hmm. The hell is happening to me?
17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted The voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Interesting. I'm assuming that he was trapped and then that thing sort of did something and let him out. Whoa. Okay. So that's stuff hard to walk on? Wow, Jesus. Will actually hurt me. I cannot go that way. Okay, sure. Okay, I guess it's time to go into the wine cellar then. Handful of sand trickled from the crumbling stone ceiling and pushed down. I'll never be able to read that again.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Okay, so they were locked down here. Not like that I was just locked in there for no reason. And I just ran out of... And I have none. Okay, that's nice. What the fuck? Okay, this game has got me more than I thought it would have. Okay, I cannot go that way, but I cannot see what I am doing. I feel like I'm missing something very obvious, like there's just another door which I'm missing or something. Oh, I can't move that. Okay. Jesus. Very dark and spooky down here.
What's happening? Oh, it feels like my chest is going to burst. Oh.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Except we're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
Wilhelm's last word. My name is Wilhelm, House of Greenwich. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago, I was summoned to the castle of Benberg. As most of the astrologists, I was curious about what this supposed Knight of the Order could want from me, and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly and offered me a proposition. It dawned on me that the nature of the contract was sordid, and that the reason I was chosen was beyond of the follies of my past, and not the honors I've been awarded with during my time as a soldier. I was kidnapped healthy humans upon his slightest whim, and do so without asking questions. In return, he would attest to my character as the royal court, advancing my position with the noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decisions, but it came swiftly, and I accept wholeheartedly. Ever since that day, I've brought men, women, and children to Benberg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100. None of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions as we descended the stairs, but he insisted and joined us in a toast. The wine tasted fine and my men drank without restraint. So begins the punishment for our sins. The Baron had locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what I have done. I was weak and fell in his diabolic ways. My men are screaming. Their skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel insides revolt against their God's given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes. I can no longer... ... We will never know. Okay. Steam UI came up. That's always useful. before I died. Wasn't the other aqua I needed for the acidic one? Okay, the monster's around then. That's fine. That's all fine. I've been in all the rooms, so I'm assuming I've got everything. Step into the light area and check. Yeah. Aqua instead of okay. Yeah, I have all the stuff I need then. Okay, that's fine. We're all good. Got it. I just need to go straight forward into the other one, right? And that should be done. Everything's becoming worse. That was bad. That's still a safe area, I guess, maybe. Probably not. Who knows? Do I have to do it in the right order? So what is it? Formal compounds, those carmine and hope. Right. No, apparently not. I mean, something happened, I have no idea what. Oh, wait. I have this. I picked up a pot of acid. Whew.
Someone's coming.
What happened? The stairs will collect, find another way to climb up. Seems rather mean. Didn't work. Oh, it was the shield. Is that even the right way I'm supposed to be doing this? I mean, it worked. The cloth smelt of the desert and damp musk that peacefully scrambled on top. Too many of them, or perhaps too few. Everything's going to hell. I have no idea what this is supposed to be. Like roses or something. Burn. After enduring 3 days in Alger, a sailboat was finally arranged to take him across the Mediterranean Sea to Gilboa. Having reached British territory, he was mustered as reserving a cabin on the SS Hudson, heading for London. I still have no lights.
It sure is dark in here.
Yes, and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
What's the reason? For the darkness, that is.
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
That's right. Got some oil. That's always useful. Uh-oh.
1839. It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision, in retrospect. But I'm glad it turned out that way. I found my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of things brought home from Africa. Next to it lay the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all? Was there ever a complete orb?
No, it's just like I pretty thought I was about to get attacked then. I was in for a bad way. My sanity is questionable. That's always good. Why have I only got the like health? Why nothing else? Oh Christ. Alright, I'm gonna take a little break and go make a coffee. Stuff like that. I should be back in like, I don't know, 5 minutes. Hello. I am back. I still have a chemistry pot. That's interesting. Or would have got rid of that when I get rid of the thing. I also have some oil. That's good. Daniel is freaking out pretty badly. Oh god, this is horrible. This is actually horrible. Is there a way to fix this? I can barely see what I'm doing. Oh. The hell just happened? Oh, I'm just on the floor. Yep, that's fine.
25th of
Maybe
June,
it's now.
1839. I feel the need to continue this journal, even though it was intended for my journey to Africa. This must be something very important. I just know it. I've taken it upon myself to piece the orb back together, but it's been more difficult than one might think. The pieces are behaving strangely. They seem to change color, shape, and texture, but ever so slightly. Yesterday, I took careful measurements and notated any significant markings. Today, I confirmed my suspicions. They were changing. I was terrified and rushed off to see the finest geologist in London, Sir William Smith. I approached the subject with care and we discussed how rocks change form. He told me about the nature of glass, how it eventually collapses on itself, like ice slowly melting over the course of centuries. Smith eased my mind a bit, but I can't escape the feeling that these shards have otherworldly properties.
Oh, that seems to have fixed it. Okay. My head is pounding and my hands are shaking. Well, at least I can, like, see properly now. Alright, is there actually a place I'm supposed to be going? Something about the pulley. Alright. Cool. Sounds like a baby crying. Ah. Okay, down deeper we go. That weird stuff is everywhere. What even is this stuff? The cellar archives. He crashed through the surface. The dark Atlantic water smothered him as he struggled to make sense of the situation. What? There is water everywhere. Whoa. That is not a good. You're like there, aren't you? I can't even pick up the boxes, man. Wait, where are you? Look, that's not okay. Hey, dude. Yeah, it's kind of sad that you seem to not be able to get me when I'm on a box. You have a very sad life. To not touch stuff that is out of water. I don't know what this does. Am I supposed to be doing something when that's doing its thing? Or is that just going to keep doing it? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, doorbell rang. Alright, hold on. My roommate popped in. Right out there? No? Okay. That's a skull. That's the whole. Alright. I need you over here. Oh, you can just stop there. That's also fine. Not being able to move sucks. Two of them. That is not okay. How is there two allowed? Oh, I've moved my boxes. Stop moving my boxes. No, box, come back to me. Where am I going? I'm going up there. Did. My box fort shall follow me. needed that box, you piece of shit. Sorry, I don't need a box. Lunch away. Open up this store. It's gonna take me like 20 minutes. Oh hey dude. Where you going? Why you just stood there? Why have you got rid of my box? I needed that box. And boop. You're gonna stay right there, aren't you? You're not gonna go for that food. You're an asshole. Oh, fuck. No. Jesus. Wait, what's this warning? Chat box is gone. Warning, water monster can push the boxes beneath you to make you drop in water. I see. He'll also push them away from me. I'm barely conscious. Your wound is bleeding quite badly. A few cuts and bruises. That is fine. I can deal with a few cuts and bruises. Oh, nope, this is bad. Oh, never mind, I go back. Picked up a tallow needle. What the hell do I need a tallow needle for? Ow! I thought you went! Oh, that worked. Okay. I actually think that would work. Something large brushed against his leg. He felt himself being dragged. Help, he cried. The ocean swallowed him again. Interesting. Am I still in water? Yes. Oh, my flash. My lantern died. Okay, these doors open towards me, and it's annoying. He felt himself being posted out of the ocean. The less secured hull of the SS Botanic Legends, moving from light as settling. Armed reached close to it. Is this another dream? I've got an achievement. Did I do that right? Was there anything I was supposed to pick up then? Or was I just supposed to run through it? Okay, well that door opened, ominously. This is a nice tranquil place. Sort of. Weird baby head and long legs. But did I pick something up? Oh, I just put my head in water. Is there something that I can pick up here, or is this just I'm splashing in the water? Okay, the light and
You have
the
an
white light happen at the
ascending
same time.
room. Will it take us to the inner sanctum?
It will definitely take care of the vertical part of our journey. So, you have ridden an elevator before?
Yes, the Colosseum at Regent's Park has one. It takes you to the gallery where you can view the panorama.
Good. This ride might be a little longer, and in the other direction.
Kitchen? Supposed to be. Okay, that's not working. Okay, that's locked.
Sorry, guys.
Thanks. Yeah, I do. It's spooky. Oh, we can go into the study. That's fine. Who doesn't want to be in a study? I tried to put the pieces together, but like the sand dunes, they shifted when you weren't looking. Wait, haven't I been in here before? Hmm. Letter regarding the Odyssey of an Orb to my most trusted student and friend, John Waver. The most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Persian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I have been looking for about the last 20 odd years. It has inexplicable as the Helodromus described in the Hortus Conclusius. I have no idea if I'm saying any of this right. It was as it was told about, an underground Nithrak temple crowned with the unearthly artifact. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. Its color washed while rich. Contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was an impossible and artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village called Ulsterit, investigating one of the antiquated trails when I finally found the cavern. I went inside and suddenly I could verify the truth of this enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it's also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetch the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian orb, was relentless in pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in a lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but fortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cries of pain echo through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly a blue shimmering light engulfed me, and the colours of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through as the bleak surroundings of the trees had turned charcoal. Black with leaves of cinder, the ground covered in murky water, I passed on through the drenched land as glowing embers gave way the rising wind and one rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in as pain and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I have been carried miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside Gina. Gina? Genna? Genna? Its guardian had taken the orb from me, but still, until this day, I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night listening for the howling cries I heard in the forest. It has nearly been a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. The last time we spoke, you told me about the interest and ongoing research into the Mystic Orb, and I realized I owed you the truth of my visit to Alstrad. Your friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippina. Blah blah blah. Makes sense. That was 100% his name. Cannot make that last name up. I 100% was able to read that last name. This is like the latest area I could actually have found. It's great. The Chamber of the Human Skull. Nice. What? What? Hello. Alright. Cornelius Septim Famis, 1658, April 12th. After a short study, it is clear that the aggression found among humans can be found in dogs. Fear and pain induce stress, which seems to trigger an endorphic response, causing the animal to burst with energy. I believe that the catalyst is produced in the brain. It is difficult to determine exactly where and what it is, but I can sense it. It reeks of cosmic genesis. There is an inherent problem in harvesting this energy, since the creature is bound to die from the exercise. I must refrain from the process of torture to enable any real works to be done. More experiments must be performed, but it seems that only human beings are capable to produce the amount necessary. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process that ultimately augments their experience of terror. Okay, so he's killing people for something that the human brain produces. Oh, you have been stitched back together. That is kind of terrifying. Please don't come and attack me as I explore. Oh.
Let's see what you have to offer. What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw, but I can sense it. It's definitely there.
How can this dude sense something? Just like, yes, I can sense it. It will be mine. Spooky. Like right into a new year and I'm playing a spooky game. It's not even Halloween. Halloween's not for like another bloody 9 months. 9 months and like a couple of days. More than a couple of days, but you know what I mean. 1658, January 9th. Further disappointment that Antiquity's latest finding yielded nothing. I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to the power I sense within it. I started to pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect that would be in vain. Since no research has been made in my particular interest, I must attempt to have filled that void myself. Clearly humans emote more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will suffice, as they would prove less of a hassle to acquire. So that other one we read was the one after that, I guess, where he was like, animals do produce it, but just not well enough for me to warrant using animals. That a dog or a pig? It's got like the nose of a pig, but then like sort of like the teeth of a dog, I think. That is some like weird drawing of something. Hey dude. Oh. Hey dude. Let me guess. It's literally gonna say that I can't go this way, isn't it? Find another way around this rumble to the study. Yeah. Knew it. Alright. So I need to go find a way into the study. I'm gonna break the window, aren't I? Up. No, that didn't work. That worked. I don't know what just happened. I was too busy jumping across the window. Oh, I touched something and something's happening. When will it be my turn? Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries from where I came. Mankind is not even my breast. Yet I bow to you. I have done so much for you and I have gained nothing in return. Agrippa, I trusted you. It was I who, in all fairness, should have entered that gate. Oh, I was just gonna do something. You okay? Making so much noise. I have no idea how long I've been playing. Elevator machine instructions. If the elevator breaks down again, make sure to use a system engine to build up pressure before channeling it into the machinery. Adjust the levers to get the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. This should read up 8 and down 8. Make sure the flow is set accordingly on the flow charts. First I will note you will not check properly configurations until all rods are inserted. Okay, so I'm on a quest to find all of the rods. Jesus Christ. Why? I mean, you're just really loud. I'm sure it was. Okay. What do I need to in here? Never mind, I'll keep those. Can I go out this way? We lost a tree. What a shame, we need those now. So. I'm gonna fail one of these jumps and I just know I am. Because that's just what happens. No, I'm after a rod, but I don't know what the rods would be. Am I supposed to be doing anything particular? Find the key that unlocks it. Find a way to start the engine. Oh, okay. I guess I'm done in this section. Unless anyone in chat knows that I should be doing something else. It's not work.
fragrance. Damascus rose.
Who's even talking then? Ah yes. Jesus. You will save our souls. Can't really seem to do much. At least not right now. He might come back. This seems like a really useless bookcase like setup. Are you supposed to get the books at the back? Yeah, look, we found the most famous figurine in the entire game. Cold mist brushed his steps outside London. Cruel, but it was a kind of cruelty he could handle. What's this side? The guest room. He climbed out of bed and locked the window. It was completely dark. He waited and glanced at the old clock and waited for some more. Or old clock. He thought it's enough. What's going on?
My journal is gone. What would they want with my journal?
I just stopped. Why is that one's just... whatever.
2nd of July, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
And my place has been ransacked. On a crowbar.
Third of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion, but suddenly I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
I'm assuming this was my bedroom, considering that my diary's in here, or at least pieces of my diary's in here. We'll put that away. Don't want to use up all the oil. Wait, do I still have the... Okay. Door is stuck due to a broken lock. I'm assuming I can't just lock it down. Okay. I'm assuming I'm done in here. We found rabbit. God. Oh god. Turn you back the other way where you a little bit more normal. Oh, cute rabbit. That's how I'm going to remember you. Definitely not the weird, creepy way that I accidentally found. No, I'm only going to remember the creepy way. I can't forget that now. Landed heavily, trying his best to keep himself from screaming. The medicine cabinet had overturned and laid the cabinet on the floor. He reached for the broken glass door and grabbed all of the sedatives he could find. I haven't found a key yet, though. Very perplexing. The strange letter frightened him, but it was also the only one which offered some comfort. Darkness in the storage feels strange and unnatural. The lock is broken. Find another way to open the door in the closet vestry. Oh, I have the crowbar. Could I open that door, couldn't I?
Let me go! I won't tell anyone, I swear! I just want to go home! No! Get away from me! Leave me alone!
Interesting. It won't budge. Can't use the sight in this way. Maybe I could open that door with the crowbar, then? Let me guess. There's another. You can't go this way. The rolling cave is hindering any for find a way to get through. Yep. Is all the text in this game gonna basically be the, oh no, there is X in the way. Find a way to get past X. I can't open that one because it just won't budge. Oh, is that another pipe? On the drill part. And now there's a monster. Oh shit. I can't see. Oh shit. Run! It's coming for me. Nope. What does it mean do not venture too far? I would have liked to have known where I was supposed to put the drill bit. Okay, let's not pick up the drill bit yet. Why did monster have to spawn? Well, that's annoying. Might as well just pick up the drill. Oh, I already have the drill bit. I see. Now I just have to deal with the monster. Alexander, I've prepared the explosives you need for clearing the flood drain. I can't stress enough how important it is that the mixture is handled with care. Please try to tell your clever brain servants this before you go ahead with your plans. The liquids are not by themselves explosive and should be kept separated to avoid other mishaps. I have arranged 2 large vats in the next room for the ingredients. All you need to do is mix the liquids and you're ready to go. Okay, so some form of explosive in the next room. I can just hear flies and I'm not sure why. More crying. That makes me feel good about myself. So some items can be combined in the inventory. You can try and drop them on to attempt to combine. Drill part. Can't assemble the drill yet. You need to find all the parts first. I see. What do I have? I have a drill part and a drill part. That means I need that. I have no idea what the other drill part is, so that's going to be fun. Last drill bit? Oh, it was. A small carpenter's drill. What the hell do I need that for? Not that. Oh, that actually worked? I was joking when I did that. As well. Drill into this. Picked up explosive. What the hell am I using the explosive with? Do I go back to that corridor thing and magically explosive work? Also, is the enemy still here? Well, not enemy, but monster. Do I do it on the door? It won't budge, and this is like How's that gonna blow up? I don't understand. Am I supposed to throw something at it? Oh. Oh, that worked. I love the interaction with this game, just I'm not sure what to do. Throw an object at it. That didn't work, you're probably doing something wrong. That's just, yeah, okay, that's fine. Behind here? There is something behind here. Sneaky. What about this one? No. At least I don't know how to get behind it. I have no oil. That is useful.
Why are you doing this? Get away from me!
Recapitilium escam. Which means absolutely nothing to me, so useful. And now there's no light. Nope, 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 nope.
Oh God, no, please, I beg you.
Oh, there he is. Nope, 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 nope. Just run into the darkness. Darkness is better. Oh fuck. Nope, 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 nope. I can't see anything. Send help. I shouldn't have checked. I shouldn't have checked. That was a mistake. Well, we know that's death door, so no. Am I going the right way? Yes, okay, that's fine. I feel like if I put my hand in that, it's gonna hurt me, because that's what I think it did. I have no flame. Oh. In case of missing rod, if a full set of 3 rod is unavailable, there is 1 rod in the inner study rooms which might work in case the elevator breaks down again. Unless it is absolutely necessary, always use the spare rods in storage before using a mended one. So now I can go back to the room. We don't know how to open up the death door again. See if he's still down there. I need to know. Hello? Anyone down here? Oh, there he is. Okay. I can hear you. I can't see you. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't do this to me. No, why? How am I supposed to get past that? Pretty sure there's one in here too. Unless he's gone. See if we can get past this dude then. Go. Let's go. Let's up. Going. Almost there. And out the door. Oof. Yeah, I have to open this door, don't I? Go to the guest room again, because I think the crowbar's supposed to open the door, and I just ignored it. Though William Smith had been marked, there was no way for him to know that the young man from the other day would cast such a terrible shadow. Okay. Ah, nice happy place. Oh, it worked. Who'd have thought? Oh. Oh.
The key. Please, let it be here. 4th of July, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive. The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
Oh, natural. Nope. Nope. Ran out of mat to try and... Close the door. Nope. Just nope. Sounds like it went. It's not about me needing a key. Flies are everywhere again. Did I find a key? I mean, I have a hallowed needle, but I don't think that's going to count as a key. What are you doing? Wait. Oh no.
Don't forget your bag, Daniel.
Fuck.
I won't, Herbert.
There is no shame in using a parasol in the desert. As it happens, it's imperative to your survival.
But it looks ridiculous.
The shade will hurt much less than dying, I assure you.
What happened here? What the? Oh, the room's starting to go bad. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Just hit myself. Where am I supposed to go? Does anyone know where I can get the key? I'm confused. Oh. 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 Where the bloody hell is this key? Room. You said something about the key. I heard a door. Where is this key? Can my body shut these doors? Yeah, here I can. Am I just being dumb? Like, did I miss the key somewhere? I got the rods. I have the hand drill. Seriously, where is this key?
What is this place?
Yeah, fun smile. Rabbit, do you hold the answer? Apparently not. Oh god, the bitrate is dying on the stream. What happened there? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where to go. Journal says something about the key. Find the key that unlocks the door leads. An important key is hidden in the guest room.